everybody, and welcome back to Tea with Nene. So today, the guest panelists is Johnny, Sean, and Reese, and we will be recapping Love After Lockup. I can't remember what season we're on, but the episode was titled "Sex Dolls and Booty Talk." Okay, that's a cute, catchy little title. All right, so the episode starts off with Deontay and Nicole. Okay,
Mhm.
so Nicole comes to Deontay's apartment, and it's his mom's birthday. So they decide they're going to cook for her, and yeah, and they she'll also get a chance to meet Nicole. Okay, so they're in the kitchen cooking, and then Nicole all of a sudden says, "Oh my God, I forgot it's Taya's birthday today," and she goes, "I
Tia.
guess Tia, yeah, Tia. I guess it's Tia's birthday." So she goes into Deontay's bedroom and proceeds to call Tia on the phone. And guys, like how much longer is Deontay going to play this game with this girl? Because she's in his room and she's just talking trash. She wants Tia to come and pick her up.
Hmm.
She's talking about Deontay following her around the house, blah 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 blah. I was just
Hmm.
like throwing papers in the air, like, wait, Deontay, just stop this. So, what did y'all
Hmm.
think of this scene?
Man, I thought as soon as he stood up and was like, "You gonna just talk to her in my house?" He was like, "So you just using me because I can hear everything you said, and you know what? If that's all you want, you just to get what you want from me, you can leave." And I was like, "Yay!"
Yeah,
And
me
then
too.
and then y'all know what happened. He ain't leave.
She didn't leave.
Hmm.
She just said, I don't want to argue anymore. She
Yeah,
never
Hmm.
answered his question,
yeah. She
No.
and
never answered his question. She didn't apologize for her behavior.
she did
Mm-mm.
not.
She always just say, then stop talking about it or stop arguing. Then
Yeah,
that's
I
the
don't want
way.
to argue with you. I don't like
Yep.
arguing with
Yep.
you. Let's just go calm down. And she
Yep.
grabbed a beer and gave him a beer. And he was like, well, I
Yep.
don't like arguing with you either. So why are we still talking about it?
Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
start
his
trying
move.
that. When they start coming at me all crazy, I don't like arguing with you. You want to get a beer?
I know.
And see how that works for me.
Pretty much, man. I'm like, because obviously it works. You a man, Sean? What you think?
What I think.
Hmm.
You a
Uh,
man?
at first, when they was in the kitchen talking, and she was acting like she didn't want to be there, and he was like, and she was saying about the mom, and if your mom don't
Yeah.
like me, then I'm gonna leave, something like that, or I don't want to have anything to do with you, or you got to put your mom before me, type of thing. Right then and
Hmm.
there, I was like, oh, okay, let's see
Mm.
how you want to act. He didn't respond to that, but I was proud of him when he was in the bedroom at first. But I think the only reason why he said anything is because she was talking about his lover, Junior.
Yes, the toy house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How you gonna disrespect me in front of my baby? That's when his manhood was like,
You let her
Yeah.
hear all your
Exactly.
nastiness.
now men coming up, but you're not gonna
That's
Yeah.
disrespect
funny.
me in front of my lady. So that's when
That's a good one, Sean.
he came to
Yeah.
Tyler Prince, and he's like, oh, wait a minute. That's fake. She real. So let me try to tone it down some because she real. So,
I know, but she really leave.
yeah, so he didn't want her to leave because he didn't want to
Right.
leave with the real cookie instead of the plastic cookie.
Right. Right. So I was like you. I didn't care for when they were in the kitchen and she did make that statement when he was like, "I think my mom will like you," and she's like, "Well, if she doesn't, I don't want to be around her, or she'll never see me again," something like that. I didn't really care for that because I'm like, wait a minute, you still playing games? You haven't established a
Mhm.
relationship with him.
Mhm.
Even if you had established it, I don't know that I would have liked that statement that she made. Um,
Mm-mm.
because I was like, now you doing a little too much, Miss No
Well,
Touch.
she's confident. She's comfortable with where she is. I mean,
Yeah.
she came up to him, told him how much it cost to get the boob job, which was $6,000. Which she's like,
Yeah.
that's cheap.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
it's
only
cheap to you because
$6.
you ain't paying for it.
Right.
Hmm.
And then for him to even sit there and say that he wouldn't pay his bills to make sure she got
Yes.
what she wanted, and then he was like, she was like, "Oh, that's nice to know. I'm glad to know that." Really? You're gonna
She
let this
really
man
looked
go
like she was
homeless?
doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
Make sure you get what you want.
And then she want to wish her girl happy birthday after he said that. I was like, nah.
I don't see how much more he needs to see to
Yeah.
get
I'm
it.
just
Like,
yeah. And I'm kind of tired of watching her disrespect him in his home.
and
That's
Mhm.
the second time she's called somebody else. And then her whole, oh, come get me. And la, la, la. And I was just like, I can't. This is too
I
much. You are
wish
way too comfortable.
girl, I wish a man would.
Mhm.
If I
Okay.
suspect you're talking to another woman in my house, first and foremost, they're going to know I'm in this house. And secondly, I'm going to make your conversation so uncomfortable that you're going to leave my house because there's no freaking
Right.
way you would talk to another woman up in my
Yeah.
house.
Correct. And then she basically kicked him out the room so she could
Yeah.
finish her
She could
conversation.
That's
talk
what I
to
was gonna say. Yeah, the least, like, okay, if there's nothing to hide and ain't nothing going on, you can talk in front of him. But she's like, oh, can you give me some privacy?
No.
Not in my
Yeah.
house, and you ain't
You're
part of
in
me.
my room.
He even said on the phone, I'm paying for it.
On the phone, I'm paying for
Yes.
it.
Like,
You done messed up because
you
I
have
would have
no
been
respect.
I would have went on there, went on that phone bill, found that number, put it in the thing. I would have found out who it is, and I would have called her and been like, don't you call this phone no more. As a matter of fact, I would have blocked her.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. I would have blocked that number on that phone. Like,
I would have
oh,
called
okay,
it too.
that's what you want to do?
I would have called it also.
Like, I'm sorry, you better not pick up the phone and call anybody you're trying to date, somebody you have dated, somebody you've had sex with. You don't do that in my house, especially on the phone. I'm paying
house.
for it. No, we're not playing that game.
Mm-mm.
And so, so then the mom comes over. She walks in, sit down. They start eating, and she starts grilling Nicole, and which I completely understand.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
She
Yeah,
doesn't start grilling her at first. This wasn't until Deontay said what he said to her
Oh, yeah.
that she
Yeah.
was like, "Oh no, the hell you didn't."
Mhm.
Yeah. So Deontay said to the mom, was like, this is a woman that, I want to be with, I want to marry, blah, 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 blah. And so you have to accept her, basically. And the mom, woo, she started going in, which I could
You gonna
appreciate.
talk to
I
me
wish I
like
was
that?
close enough to give her a high five. Like, like, no, let's set some things straight here. Right.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And I think she was totally surprised that he even came at her like that too. I think because she was trying her best to just kind of be like, I got to put up the fakeness with this one too. Like she had to. And then I don't know if I've ever really remembered him talking about the other girl before her.
He did on the first episode. Yeah.
Okay.
She took a lot of money from him, I think.
I guess she got a lot of money and used him. But then when they put the side-by-side picture of him up, I couldn't tell which one was which. Did you tell which one was Nicole and which one was the other one?
You know
I
what? I
was like,
should go back and look.
One had a nose
did
ring.
Nicole just go to a different prison and change her name?
But like the mom said that. She was like, she looks just like the other girl.
Yeah, she looks just
then,
like well, apparently that's his type.
Yeah.
White blonde girls with stripper bodies. That's what the mom said.
Did she really have a stripper body? Because that's no shame, because I can say I'm a black girl with no booty. But that girl ain't got no booty on her.
Yes, she do, actually. She
Nicole
do.
does have a butt. Yeah.
But when it just didn't look right on that one time when she got in a lap dance and the tan was all weird. Her booty didn't look right there, but you can see in her clothes she got a butt.
Yeah, she's got a butt.
Maybe that's what this has me under illusion. Like, oh, ain't nothing sitting over there.
Yeah, she wants the boobs now. That's what she wants.
She got the butt, not the boobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, his mom, I give Deontay credit, because I respected him for doing that. But as far as telling his mom, yeah. Now you hold on for a second now.
Okay, I'm gonna let you get there.
Because if this is the woman that he wants to be with for the rest of his life, he has to choose wife or mother. So you have to, as a man, you need to choose your wife. However, I wouldn't have did that with that woman, because of the way she worked and all that she's into.
And you know what? And I can totally understand that once Nicole becomes his wife, yes, he does have to put his wife before his mother. But I get it, because this is my issue, right? The other girl took so much money from him that the mom had said the last time she was on there that he had to move in with her. for a little while to get back on his feet. So it's like you are disrespecting your mom for a woman that's not your wife. She won't lay down with you or do anything. And then when she gets done bleeding you dry, you're probably gonna have to run over there to your mama's house.
But
So,
then
no,
not
don't.
only that though, he set that standard and his mom wasn't even out of place with her. You know what I'm saying? So his mom
Right.
wasn't even disrespectful to Nicole at all. So what was the
Right.
purpose of him putting his foot down like that? And I think it had to deal with what she said prior to earlier. Well,
Yes.
if she
That's
doesn't
that's
like
what I
me,
think.
blah, 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 blah. So he felt like he had to go ahead and put his foot down with his mother first. And I'm like, oh, hell no. That could have been me and my sons.
I feel you. I feel you.
I'd be off. I would be hot. Oh, I'd be a hot. Oh, Lord have mercy. Just
Yeah, especially since he's already established to her, well, I'll use my rent money or whatever to pay for your boobs. Okay, so then when you don't have a place to live, where are you gonna go? Oh, to that
Yeah.
woman that you just talked to, crazy? Like,
Yeah, I agree with all that, but we know all of that. You know, the mom
Yeah.
don't know that. So now,
yeah,
even if that was your son's and you was the mom and that was your son, but put yourself in the other position. Use the wife or the girlfriend. Would you want your fiance to let your mom know, hey, this is the person I want to be?
I would
You
want
know
him
what?
to say that if she was disrespecting me. She
Okay.
never
Right.
disrespected her. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
the moment your mom starts disrespecting me and you know, I'm trying to keep my cool and let you handle the situation, then absolutely.
Okay.
But prior to that, no. Your
Yeah.
mom's not disrespecting me. I appreciate you holding up to me, but now you've caused even more of a rift
Mhm.
by saying
Yeah.
that instead of letting me and your mom get to know each other.
Yeah. And for all he knows, Nicole and the mom could have worked it out, but you're automatically putting up some, like Johnny said, you're starting an issue where it wasn't an issue yet. You know, and I'm that way. I don't expect the first time I meet your mom for you to be like, oh well, la 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 la, especially if I'm just your girlfriend. Now,
Right.
if I'm your wife, even if I'm meeting you for the first time as his wife, I still wouldn't expect him to say that to her.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Unless she was disrespectful.
Unless she was
Right.
disrespectful. Now, if she came at her right at the bat, sat at that table, and started talking crazy to her, then I could see him being like, Ma, this is who I'm going to be with. You're going to have to accept this or not. I could understand that a little bit. But
But
all of a sudden, you just come out with it like that? No. And
Yeah.
that's why she came back the way she did. You're going to talk to me over somebody who ain't sleeping with you? Really?
Yeah. And she even brought up the doll. She was like, and he's laying down with this doll. I was like, ooh. But I get why she did it because now
Yeah.
you're making her be on the defensive and say things. And I mean, everything she was saying was correct. You know,
And Nicole had no response outside
Yeah.
of I'm just scared. And she said, girl, please.
Yeah,
Women
she
ain't
called her on it.
scared.
Right.
We are not
Right.
scared. It's been 4 years since I had some. Girl, please.
I know. All over him. Look, I be acting like Stan. All
know?
over him.
All over.
Absolutely. And so after that scene, they showed Deontay driving Nicole home. And so they're talking, and she's like, I don't want you to walk me to the front door. And then when he asked her why, she's like, oh, because it's going to wake up the dogs, and that'll wake up my mom, and that'll make her mad. And so Deontay's like, oh, okay. And so he drops her off, and she walks up to the porch and sits down. And he sees this. And so he starts driving away, but then he's like, wait a minute. This isn't our normal routine.
Mhm.
So let me kind of sit back and see what's going on. So you see him do the U-turn in the street. He parks, and then a car, of course, comes up. And and she runs to the car. Yeah, she runs right up to the car. And at first I was like, did she call an Uber? But then she didn't get in the
Yeah.
back seat. She got into the front seat.
I was thinking
And
that
there
too.
was, yeah. So what did y'all think of that scene there?
I bet you that's that ex, Zach.
Yeah,
It's either Zach
Yeah.
or Tia.
No, I don't think that was Tia. That was a dude.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that part. I'm sorry. I thought that was for next week.
No, it actually showed the
It showed the car.
It looked like she was gonna go to the back seat. Then she kind of walked back toward the passenger seat, and then yeah.
I might have dozed off right there.
Yeah, it was the end. And then, Deontay, he drives up on the car real quick and he's like, Nicole.
Yeah, he was like,
Lord.
Where you going? Who is that?
I saw next week where he starts throwing her stuff out the car and everything, but we'll see.
He better put that stuff out there. Everything he throwing, he bought. He better put that stuff back in that car.
Back by my receipts.
Don't be throwing your stuff out the car.
Exactly. Look, I'm going to go get some store credits. That's
Look, as a matter of fact, I'd be like, open that door right now. I'm going to get my other stuff out your room.
That's right. And give me that phone.
Yeah. I know. That probably would be the first thing I'd snatch. I want that phone right now.
Oh, I'd snatch out her hair. I'd break off her nails.
You gotta do it bad.
Look, you're like, where'd she get them scissors? Don't worry about it.
I paid for all of this.
Taking it with me.
With another guy? Like, hell to the no. I wonder how she's gonna worm her way out of that one.
Oh, she's just gonna say I was about to get into the back car because that was that's in the
and he would believe it. And he would believe it too.
Because
I'm coming with you.
Yeah, I'm glad that he would follow his instinct and turned around instead of just keep on driving. It's like, she's a sweet girl. She wouldn't do that because she said she loved me. So he turned around. I was like, oh, okay, that's good. And then he creeped up. He turned them lights off. I was like, oh, okay.
I know.
Yes.
Turn the lights off.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying to you. I'm like, turn the lights off, Deontay. You gotta sneak up on her.
I'm like, how you in face with your lights on? Turn them off. Turn them off.
And he turned them off, and the other car came up, and then he kind of like was about to do a drive-by. So I was like,
yeah. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you go all the way over there. I was so happy.
So he should have got the car. Yeah, so maybe the next episode he'll show him get out of the car, but he should have got it.
If she say it's an Uber and he's like okay and drive away, I'm a man.
I can't do it. I'm
gonna have to stop watching his scenes if he lets her
like
fly.
We have to stop entertaining the foolishness at some point because this is just ridiculous. If he really does buy whatever she tells him, I can't do it. It hurts my stomach too much.
It's so sad and it's pathetic looking. You just look real pathetic right now, Deontay. So I need you to get it together. I need you to get a backbone and stop playing these games with that girl. That's all this is a game. Yeah, exactly. And I'm telling you right now, I want to know. I need a name of who I got to sleep with to stop having to see that doggone torso. I'm tired of it. I've had enough.
I know. Now Nicole brought it in. I'm like, girl, you could have kept that route. You might need to see that.
Yeah, then the way she threw it at him, like, how you gonna argue with this man over having a toy?
Hey,
I would argue with him if I saw underwear, if I saw something that shouldn't be in his room, but over a toy that you knew he had, really?
Yes.
That's what you were going to try and argue with him about?
Oh, yeah. She was deflecting because she knew. She probably had a feeling he might have heard what she was saying. So she was trying to deflect.
True.
Talking about, repeat what I said.
Yeah,
I heard when she said that.
But she's a player, though. Player.
She is. She's been in the game a long time. Yeah.
She ain't even that old, but you know what? I ain't even gonna say that. He just dumb.
He's dumb.
No, he think he's gonna get some. She got him dangling around on the string. Yeah.
True.
And she know that's all she had to do. Just sit there, let him blow off his steam. And you know the way she was just looking at him. Okay, are you done yet? All right. Okay, you done? All right, then let's go on. Let's go on to the next subject.
Yeah, exactly. So the next scene was Stan and Lisa. All I'm gonna say is, Lisa, leave him alone. Just run as far away from him as you can. So the scene continues with them in that
restaurant,
trashy restaurant. I don't know what other better way to say it. You know, that restaurant. No, it is not the spot. So they're still there, and but they go ahead and they leave, and they're headed over to Stan's house, right? So they're in the car, And Lisa, well, in her confessional right before that, she was basically letting it be known that, she's going to have some demands of Stan because of the way he treated her, and which I understand. Like, you need to set some boundaries or whatever. That her demands that she was setting was that she wants $5,000 for a car, which apparently when she was in prison, he promised her. She wants an apartment, and Stan does it. He doesn't like what she's saying to him, which, I mean, I guess, but if you made promises to her and you want her to be sexing you up like that, you need to keep your promises. This is what you told this lady. And then I totally get why she doesn't want to live at his house anymore, because she did tell him that she doesn't want to live there anymore and they need to give it some time. And which I understand it. You're going to put me out. I'm not going to run back over there really quickly for you to do it to me again. And it's like he just can't grasp that, though. So he's really upset that she wants her own place as well. And for me, his rebuttals, it seemed like just excuses for him to not pay, which further leads me to believe that he doesn't have the money that he has. Because he's like, well, you don't need the $5,000 for a car because you don't even have your license. Well, when you promised her that, did she have her license then?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm trying to figure out. And then when you invited her to your house, did you tell her, oh, you'll never throw her out? Because that was wrong. You threw her out at night. Supposedly you were so tired. What did you think by throwing her out in the middle of the night? So I don't know. What did y'all think of that scene?
Man, I'm over him. As I feel like, first of all, the way he acted when they got pulled over, like he just Mr. See, I'm all that and you're not, and see my record, I don't have no problems. That's why they let me off. Then it's like I told y'all when he was at the restaurant, he was giving her the old creepy man eyes, like, yes, come and get in the bed now. Let's go now. And I was like, he giving me that old creepy, like, rapey vibe. And I know he was gonna rape her, but it was like, come on now. So when she wouldn't give it up, that's how you act. Like, he's so immature.
He is. He's very immature. And then those creepy hands when he be talking, I'm like, what are you doing with your hands? Sit on your hands like Deontay. Go sit on your hands. So in that, following them speaking about this situation, they get pulled over. Stan gets pulled over because apparently, was it he ran a red light or he ran a stop sign? It was one of the two.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm worried about
the yellow light didn't hold long enough or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm worried about him. First, when Lisa was getting out of prison, he couldn't recognize who she was, and he's screaming Lisa at random people. And now you're running lights and stuff. Can you see, Stan? Stan, can you see? That's what I want to know. I want to know.
Maybe not.
Yeah. And then, like Reese said, he gets pulled over by the cops, and he's like, yeah, the cops let me off with a warning because they saw my record. And, yeah, like a dig.
He's so perfect.
Yeah. And I'm like, why are you making digs at this woman? You chose to be with her. You knew her record. You knew she was in prison. So that's not right. But I don't know. What'd you think of that, Sean?
Well, I put on my jacket in honor of Stan.
Oh, okay. You got your Stan jacket on? Okay.
Yeah. So Stan is the man. I don't care what y'all. Stan's
What?
Now, that's right. He's a bad man. He might be water and vinegar, whichever it is. He might be that, but he's still a bad man. He should be ashamed of himself. However, when they was in the restaurant, Lisa asked him, "So what it is you want?" And he told her he wants to make love. Now he meant to say, "I want to have sex," but he had to catch himself. He want to make love. So he knew what he wanted when she got in that car, because she could have left and went on her business. So that's good. So it's both ways here. Not
okay, I can see that.
Now when they get in the car and the cops pull Stan over, because Stan is the man. You know what I'm saying? He might not be the man. He's the man. So that's how he play. But just saying, what you want, Mr. Officer, or officer, or whatever. And on top of that, it ran the red light now. So that right there is another thing, because I got a ticket for it. That's not cool. Now, so I understand where Stan was coming from about being all protective about his perfect record. Because once you get those points on your license, them points don't come off as easy. Because I had 4 points on my license, I had to wait 2 years to get those 4 points off. And then once I got the points down to 0, I didn't want to have no more points. So I what Stan is going through. Now,
I understand it. I got some points, but
yeah,
I'm still not gonna flaunt it in somebody else's face. My perfect driving record.
yeah.
Okay, your insurance will go up a little bit, and you got to pay the ticket. But he was just. I think he was really upset about their previous conversation, and so he was using that chance to make digs at her. That's what I think.
And then about the $5,000. Now we
Okay.
know that Stan promised her because that's what she said.
Yeah.
But we don't know what she agreed to do for those $5,000 because they all
Oh, that's true.
and they always talk about the basement. They talk about the straight jacket. Nah, don't put your jacket on. This is me and Stan's.
I'm cold. I'm
Well,
cold.
both of you are missing something to truly have a stand jacket. Y'all need the shoulder pads.
Oh, I'm just saying the
Oversized
right
shoulder
here. Okay.
I need some shoulder pads.
There you go. Now you look like Stan. There you go.
There you go.
So she promised him stuff too, and she haven't lived up to the thing. Now, so once they get to the house, Stan only got one thing on his mind, and that is getting to that bedroom. And Stan is watering for vinegar and water because he should have sat down and talked to Lisa because Lisa want to talk, and that's what he should have done. And then maybe if he would have just did that part, Stan might have got lucky. But because Stan has his mind set on getting the GTD, so he was not able to get him because he was not being considerate or emotional or affectionate. That's what she wanted. No, that's the other one. But she still need that attention. That's what she needs. And she need him to cuddle her and let her know that everything's going to be all right and that you can really trust me. But she knew what she was getting in when she got with Stan too, because when it was the first time when he was drunk, there was a comment she had made that that's how he always get when he drinks. So that means that she must have had that incident with him once before for her to know that. Yeah. So and then this time he was sober and it came out again because Mom always said that when you get that strong drink, the true self come out. And so he was comfortable and he let that true self come out, and then it's out of the back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, and he was upset about the fact that she want her own place, and she want him to pay for it, and with his cheap self, because I think he's a millionaire because he's cheap, and he.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I believe that?
Yeah, because if you look at it, it's not renovated or up bottle and all that stuff. Because I think it's just too cheap to put money into it,
And
and
there's Missouri.
yeah. And it probably reminded him of his old, because he was married before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff probably has sentimental value that he don't know.
Yeah. See, my thing is, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm done with Stan. Yeah.
Now, Stan for me, I feel like Stan, with his personality and stuff, he shouldn't be trying to be in a relationship. He's not relationship material. Now, what he needs to do, this is just my suggestion to Stan. He needs to find women who he can pay for sex from, get the sex, and let them go about their business. But him trying to be around them, like he doesn't know how to interact with a woman. It's like he doesn't know how to be romantic or anything. And it's like he wanted Lisa to just be throwing herself all over him. But why would she be doing that? What have you done that would make her want to throw herself all over? Because you're not being romantic. And then you took her to that nasty I was about to say hotel, that nasty restaurant. If that's what that is, it almost looked like a fellowship hall. I don't know what that was, but I wasn't impressed.
No, because the food looked good, I would say it could be a hole in the wall restaurant, but it's actually one of the ones that got good food, and so it may not be as bad as it looked. You know, because I've been to some hole in the wall spots where I'm like, man, because you can go to Waffle House, and Waffle House be on point, but I don't know if you ever been to a clean one. To me, they're not as good as the dirty ones. It might be a good restaurant. I don't want to dog out the restaurant, but I will say it's just the way he acting. It's like, come on now, we know what you wanted, and I agree. I don't think she should be like, oh, and you're gonna give me an apartment. No, that's jumping, that's reaching. Now the $5,000 he promised it. Okay, you can bring that up. Buying her some clothes. If he promised it, you can bring that up. But at some point,
Johnny
she's gonna
said
have to give.
no.
She's gonna have to give a little to get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's gonna have to give a little to get for her to get something back. But he needs to like at least just have a conversation with the woman. Like even even when they were at dinner, he's talking to her, but he's just being so creepy. And it's like, oh yeah, I just want to get back to the house to cuddle. I want to go cuddle. I want to just lay up and cuddle and cuddle. So you keep saying all this cuddling. Then when she want to only cuddle, then don't get mad.
I just feel like I think it's showing more and more how little they knew of each other. I think it is showing that they did have a different kind of arrangement before she went into jail. As far as what he said over the phone, like you said, we don't know what she said over the phone. And you act like it's only been a few days. It's been, 2 days when he kicked you out the first time and you go and meet him for dinner and you expect something different, and then he tells you he wants to cuddle. You know what cuddling means. What she thought was that he was going to give her that money first, and he's like, nah, you're fixing to give me that first if you want this money. And I think that's the whole difference of their arrangement. And I don't agree with that kind of stuff. I've never been that kind of person that it feels like you owe me something. I just if you want to give it to me, you give it to me. If you don't, you don't. But I've never felt like you owe me this, or you said you were going to do this, so you owe it to me. You don't give it to me, then your word just means shit. So at the end of the day, I just feel like they're both wrong. He's totally wrong by being upset with her because she doesn't want to live with him. She's seen a side of him that she doesn't know. And she's totally wrong thinking he should pay her bills and be out of jail living free. Like, I just don't think that's how that works.
Well, he is rich. I mean,
so
I can see why she think that.
Yeah, so I do agree with you guys on him paying for an apartment. I don't believe he should pay for an apartment. Now, if he would pay the down payment, the deposit, or 1 month, I can understand that. But I don't think it's right for her to make those kind of demands upon him. But I kind of just get the feeling that this is just me, allegedly, that Lisa is a woman of the night. And she's used to making her demands and getting it, and then she gives you what you want. And it seems like Stan has their roles confused or whatever, and he feels like he should get it first, and then he will give it to you. But I kind of don't feel like he would truly give it to her.
I don't think I think, and to be honest, she already said she had well over a few $1,000s. Where the hell she get that money from? She already got it from him. So I think in his mind, he's like, I've already given you everything. Why the hell you keep coming at me for more? I mean, he ain't had none in 10 months, I think it is for her. And, I took care of you while you were in jail. You have this bank of money that she said she had, that's how she was even able to get the hotel in the first place. And that's what keeps throwing me off. They keep making it seem like it's weeks and weeks, or she's been in a hotel for days and days. She was in a hotel for 2 nights.
Right.
So I don't know. That whole thing, they just need to move on to somebody else because they're getting on my nerves too.
Yeah, because he should have hooked up with Deontay because he'd have gave her the money.
Yeah,
Deontay would have gave her everything she wanted. Look, he probably would have moved out of his apartment and allowed her to move in there. That's what Deontay would have done.
He'd have kicked himself out and let her have it.
Yeah.
That's why Stan is the man. I'm saying, like, matter of fact, he took the stuff and he threw her stuff out.
He threw her stuff out.
It's true.
That's crazy. Yeah, which is
her whole garbage bag. He threw that whole garbage bag out the car.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, she should not come back.
No,
he's pretty much told you what this is. If you don't agree to it, then you move on. And she shouldn't come back. She should just live off the money she has and keep it moving.
Yeah. He wants a live-in sex object. That's what he wants. He basically wants a live-in torso. And she's gonna be his live-in torso. And if you're not gonna give
her. Yeah, give her to Deontay, and then he can give Stan the torso.
Yeah.
At least with her, she would probably give Deontay some.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah, I believe she would.
and get with Brittany because Brittany don't mind being trapped in a place for 2
I
months.
know, right?
Yeah,
And that's what Brittany wants, nothing but sex, right?
Mhm.
And she
Yeah,
wants
we
to
don't
be
need to rotate these couples.
Yeah.
We can fix this easy.
Yeah, Brittany is. She's the female Stan, so hook them up together.
Mhm.
Right.
Lisa needs-
She'll be living in heaven. She be in heaven. You know, she probably willingly get in that straight jacket. She'd be like, "No, Stan, I'm getting in the straight jacket." You know, it's just
Yeah, that would be funny.
yes.
Go ahead and talk to her PO, get a new address because then she
I
said,
know, right?
Man. Yeah, she's supposed to be at his house. I'm like, Stan is, but that's what I don't like though. Like he's too quick to like hit the kick out button. Like they ain't even have a real argument. It's like, so you coming in to cuddle? Well, I want to talk. Get out, get out. I'm like, dang, Stan. Like, let her turn you down sexually first. Then say get out.
Right.
He didn't even know if he at least got to the cuddle.
He said he was tired and he was ready to go to bed. He didn't want to do any more talking. That's what he said. And she said, "Nah,
he should have been real upfront. He should have been more real upfront because he made it seem like then, you know, yeah, we'll cuddle and then, you know, of course I want to make love. But, you know, you made it seem like, yeah, we can talk and then we'll cuddle. And then, you know what I'm saying?
I think he said what he needed to say to get her in the car because I don't recall him saying we'll talk. He said, I want to cuddle.
Well, he said we can do whatever.
Like that. He said something like we can finish this.
Yeah.
At the house where we're comfortable. Something to that.
And then we can cuddle. Finish it in the car. And then he was going to get home and cuddle. And she should have started talking while they were in the car. Anything she wanted to finish up, she should have said in the car.
you interrupting cuddle time, but she's still talking about talk. He said, wait, talk happened already. I said, talk, cuddle, sex. We've done talk. Cuddle. Cuddle, get out. But he trigger happy with that get out thing though. I'm like, oh no, this
really is
second time. Like you just like then get your stuff and go. I'm like, hey.
You watched the first scene of Martin when he kicked everybody out.
I guess so. And I think she really likes him actually. I actually do think she likes him.
I think she might like him, but I still think he's a trick to her.
Yeah, because I think before he kicked out the first time, I think she was feeling it. And then the second time she wanted to give him a shot. But now, I just don't see it.
She's done.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not. Because Stan, he is verbally abusive. She needs to just leave that alone.
And Stan,
and he plays games because he plays that whole "don't come towards me, don't touch me."
Yes,
oh my god!
I did not.
I was like, you know what? That's why next time I'm gonna put a stick in your yard and make you fall.
That's what I'm saying, man. That dude instantly pulled the victim. Like, I'm gonna call her, so he can say he gonna call the police on her. That's all that was. If you come near me, that's all he wanted.
He's playing she is gonna play a very dangerous game if she stays with him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She said it too. She even mentioned it. She was like, I kind of wanted to do something, but she's like, but I know he'll call the police. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you know, he put it out there. He like, you come over here. Don't touch me. Don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he did that, I said, oh, you were so wrong.
Yeah, because she didn't say anything that would lead him to believe that. But I think he wanted to go ahead and start establishing that he was fearful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was acting like a Karen.
Yeah, he was. I was like, man, if she didn't get that record, he wouldn't be able to get away with that. He lucky she got that record. They'd have been like, sir, what do you mean? What is she doing wrong?
Yeah. Well, they probably would have been like, her hair, and right now the way she's dressed like a streetwalker. I mean, it looks like, you know, your transaction went a little bad right now. You know,
right?
I finally saw her walk to where it does look like she don't walk comfortably.
She does not.
Walking away from the house, I was like, "Oh, is that a linebacker?"
Yeah, she does not. Like, was she wearing heels like that before? And those weren't even tall heels. Those were
and they were chunky, right?
Yeah, they were easy to walk in. And then and I also noticed it looked like a platform was on the front of them. I'm like, yeah, those are easy heels to walk in. As she was walking away, I'm like, girl, just take the shoes off. Walk barefooted. Because you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt yourself in those shoes. Yeah.
We know they ain't gonna let her
Absolutely.
walk that far. You know what I'm saying? She just need to walk away to put a dramatic impact. Just take them shoes off
Right.
in a couple steps. They're gonna come pick you up.
That Uber is
Right.
going to be right down there in just a
Yeah.
jiffy.
The producers already got you a car waiting, girl. Just take them shoes off.
Yeah. I'm like, heck no. So the next couple we see, Ray and Brittany. So Brittany is they picked up from last week where she's picking him up from the halfway house and grandma is there. And so Brittany's she go ahead and says that she's worried that Ray is not gonna leave with her because why is grandma there? So yeah, so Ray he comes out, him and Brittany hug. Of course she made sure she got that first hug. And controlling stuff. She's so controlling. Um, he hugs his grandma, and then the grandma's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go so y'all can have y'all alone time." And she says it a couple of times. Like we heard you the first time, Grandma. You ain't gotta keep on letting us know that you're gonna give them some alone time.
Yeah.
And so, he gets in the car with Brittany, and they drive back to her house. So we actually see a shot of the outside of her house. So, what did y'all think about these scenes here?
It's actually a nice house.
Yeah, it's not some big house, but
it's not his house. It's not his parents' house. His dad's house. But it's definitely a nice house, and the layout was very nice.
She got it decorated really nice.
And all that stuff. It was actually nice. I was like, okay, she has a nice little house.
Wow.
It was really good in there. I give her that.
Well, I didn't pay attention to the house, but I did notice about her going to make sure she was the first one to get the hug.
Yeah.
And ran over to the grandmother to set boundaries. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
I
noticed that too.
Did he know you was coming? Now she say, yeah, he know. Then what she was gonna do, attack Ray? Why you didn't tell me? So I just thought that was something. And then how the grandmother said, I don't need to tell nobody. That's my grandson. I come see what
I can come see who I want to see.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I don't need permission, and I don't have to tell anybody. Something like that. She said. I was like, go ahead, Grandma, because this one she needs to be checked.
Yeah. You see how Grandma was dressed with her stomach showing? She had her sides
I
was like, look at little feisty Grandma.
Yeah. Like Grandma fine over there.
Yeah, I think Grandma swung
that's
by.
What Grandma was fine.
Yeah, Grandma swung by before she went to her boyfriend's house. That's why she was dressed.
I'm like, pulling up in the whip, and then she get out front. Where Anissa at? Where is Anissa? That's how you dress when you want to impress a young man. I don't know where Grandma was coming from, but hey.
She was picking up her parole.
Yeah. Now their scenes were pretty short in this episode, so they did show them going back to Brittany's house. She's got some breakfast food laid out. She makes them breakfast, and she makes mention that she was hoping he was going to be touching on her more. There'd be a lot more affection. I'm like, shut up, Stan. Enjoy your moment with this man. You gonna get your part. You gonna get your part.
Yeah, because it had to be awkward initially.
He was nervous. I mean, he even said he hadn't been with a woman in 3 years?
3
years? So he was nervous. Like, give people a minute to just kind of absorb and then go fall into it, or let it just become natural. Because even when he wanted the strawberries, when he was like, let's take these to the room, he was still uncomfortable.
Yes, and she was like, and she was in straight slut mode when he said, like, let's take this upstairs. I was like, okay. I was like, what?
It's never that serious.
I don't know. Yeah. And so that was pretty much the end of them. They went into the room, and as we know, they got it on. She gave up the cookie. We know she probably threw the cookie at him as soon as they got in there. But they shut the door.
That cookie ain't even have the jar didn't even have a lid on it. She's like, just get in there.
It was open.
Yeah.
It was open and broken.
Yes.
Next week they talk about they talk. If they get in there, they just say, "Oh, we only talk. We ain't doing it."
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I think it's just like they didn't have the same dynamic as the other couple, the little
Doug
women.
and
Doug and Rachel, they didn't have that energy. And it was because he was uncomfortable. He wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that when you feel the uncomfortableness, no matter how much you want it, you should just be able to just like let it happen naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, like I said, even when he was trying to take the strawberries in there, it wasn't a normal, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a normal flow. It still felt forced. Like, I think the camera crew was back. Yeah, like the camera crew was like, all right, go to the bedroom.
Exactly. But it also seemed more like Brittany was the one forcing it. Like, she's a director. All right, y'all, go to the room. You know, like,
exactly.
Down. Let the man lead you. You know?
Let him take control. I mean, when he's ready, it'll happen. Trust.
Right. So I was like, oh, D.
You know, and when you think about it, she acting like it's been like years and years and years or something. Like, you got some of these couples on here 10 years. It's been what, 9 months? Like, girl, calm down.
Yeah.
Right.
9 months for her. Since the last time she had sex, that's what she said.
Well, they've been together that long at least. So.
Yeah, you would maybe 8 months, 5 months. I mean, we're finding out all of them are kind of lying about their sex. Because then, that was what else it was. He said it had been 3.5 years since he had sex with a woman.
Yeah.
So he already probably has been sleeping with men and was just nervous about sleeping with a woman again because he can't remember which hole to put it in.
Here we go again. Y'all making somebody out to be that really likes the same place. Oh my God.
She made a good point. She pointed out some good points there now.
That's right, because I totally forgot that's what he said. He didn't say it's been 3.5 years since I've had sex. He said it's been 3.5 years since I've had sex with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
He did say that.
Yeah. And I kind of felt that too. So, yeah.
So he didn't say 3.5 years since I've been with a woman?
Nope.
Ooh.
He said sex with a woman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because when he said that, and then he had that look on his face where he didn't really want to talk about anything more, because of course they don't. But Brittany better be careful. Probably should go.
How long was he in jail?
He was in jail for 4 years.
Oh, so the first 6 months he was with men, maybe.
No, he could have been with a man 3 months ago.
Yeah, maybe maybe. Allegedly. I still don't understand how he had
the whole time. Look, so maybe he got. How did he have sex then with a woman in that time?
Probably hard. Look, Courtney has shown us. You know, those correctional officers are giving it up in there.
They
when he first got in, he was still on the woman thing. And finally was like, you know what, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah. Y'all done threw the biggest twist in this thing.
Yeah, I remember that. That's why I was like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to be like a girl up there, Nene, blaming it, telling everybody to say stuff. We're gonna be the first one, but I'm glad you said it first. So yeah, I think
that's what I said between the both of them, man.
Look, it is not our fault if we spot something, and we just acknowledge what we spot.
True.
I watched him say that. That's why I was like, that's why he's so nervous.
You did it.
He really doesn't know.
You were the one. You and Johnny both said that Giselle mentioned her comforter that she wanted broken in, and it's like she wanted to say a name, but she didn't say the name. I just kind of put a name there. Through deduction, you know.
I thought it was a male name.
Me too.
No, I saw her like it looked like her.
Whatever. It was Robert. It was Roller.
Robbie. You know.
Oh goodness.
And then I could have
Yeah,
sworn
you
I
never
saw
know.
her tongue hanging out the side of her mouth a little bit when she was like, yeah, like, yeah, I need to break that in.
She
Yeah,
might have had something right there.
yeah.
Yeah. Clean it up. That's all.
Just excuses. All right, so the next couple was Anissa and Jeff. So Anissa is in her Golden Girls outfit, heading to go pick up Jeff again.
She
I
can't help
swear,
it
Oh,
now.
it's the wedding dress. I was like, did she have on her wedding dress?
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that wedding dress until we have to see it, man. I'm
I
like,
know, right?
you talk about all these
So,
pretty flowers, but you got that ugly dress. Man, get out of here.
Oh,
yeah.
her girl, when she sat there, when he said that she has to get approval from the parole board to get married,
Lies! Look, lies! Lies! The lies!
I just started dying. Yeah, I just found that out today.
I don't believe that because you can that Courtney and Josh, they can get married via proxy in prison. But yet you are at the halfway house and you may not be able to get married. You don't want to get married.
And then why did that even come up while you getting released? Like, oh yeah, and we're finna get married, and that's something you know what I'm saying? Why you talking about that today? Like that probably because he even said Anissa's the one that wants to get married, so it's like you wouldn't even be thinking about that. So oh y'all having this conversation, or the parole people are like, oh, and if you decide to get married before you get out this bracelet.
I was dying when he said that. I said, "Oh hell to the dog," because she was sitting there trying to tell about the roses she wanted. She wanted roses.
He's rolling his eyes. He's like,
yes, he really was. Now to fill in our viewers, so Anissa was driving the car, wearing a driving Miss Daisy shirt, whatever, to go pick him up from the halfway house. So he had some luggage, so I'm guessing he's getting like a weekend pass or something. No. And they're in the car driving back to her place, and she starts talking about that she's been looking at the flowers and she's selected flowers. He's rolling his eyes, and I was waiting for him to go because he seemed so disinterested and aggravated with the conversation.
Yeah.
And so he tells her that they may not be able to get married. That's what he has found out. He's been informed that. Lies! But I'm sorry, guys. I just lost control.
I'm sorry. I think as hard as I'm laughing now, I was laughing that hard when he said that. And for her to sit there and say, "Oh, for real?"
Yeah.
He was rolling his eyes.
So like, get your ass out my car.
Trying to figure out his excuse.
Look, I was staying on him. Kicked him out the car. Yeah, kicked him out the car.
Get your ass out the car. You gonna sit here and think you can lie to me about that? We have to get permission from the parole board.
Look, I turn it back around. Like I'm gonna go talk to them and see what they're talking about. Cause
you know what? You're right. I would have done that too. Oh, really? Let me go get that permission slip now.
Yeah, let me see what format they need the letter in.
I don't have any felonies, so why would they stop you from marrying me? Heck, they didn't even stop Courtney and Josh.
And Doug and Rachel are married.
Yeah, they got married. Yeah, in the prison. Like this man will tell her anything and she just believes it. She's like the girl version of Deontay and with ugly clothes. I'm just like, I can't.
But at least with I know. Thank you, Sean. Yep. But Anissa got some.
Round two.
Make her even more stupid.
You can walk up around two.
Yeah, they did 2 rounds, but then on top of that, that's just gonna make her even more stupid. She's just gonna be really dumb.
Look how dumb Deontay is without none. Imagine what he'll do if he gets some.
If he gets it, yeah.
Oh God.
He's signing his paycheck to her.
Yeah, but something I was proud of her about when they showed the house was clean. Because the last couple of times that house wasn't really clean, but she had cleaned up that house, cleaned up the refrigerator and everything. But something I caught, and I was wondering, like, girl, you don't see what happened here? So they get to the house, and he's like, oh, let me go ahead and charge up my ankle monitor. Because I had to charge it up twice a day for 1 hour. As soon as you walk in the house, you need to charge up for an hour? No. So I did she was like, yeah, can you come off of that thing? Because I really want to take you back here to the room. But that was just odd. Like, why would he plug that up unless he wasn't ready for some action quite yet. He
I
probably got
think
some
he just.
action last
I
week.
think he's probably. You know how like you do mental memory, and you're just like, this is what he's used to doing at a certain time. I think he
Maybe.
was just used to just charging it because he took it off as soon as she said, "I'm ready to go." I thought you were ready to go to the bedroom. He said, "Oh, is that what you want? Okay, let's go." He didn't hesitate. You know, he didn't sit there now. If he had said, "Nah, my monitor's got to charge,"
Yeah.
I would have just died even more, girl. I was sitting there like, how far are you gonna sell yourself to be on this TV show? Oh God.
Absolutely.
Hey, you know what I noticed? I noticed all that meat in the refrigerator. I'm like, put that on the freezer side. That's making me mad. It's like a stack of
It
raw
was
meat
making
in
me
the
mad.
refrigerator.
And then I'm like, he's hungry right now. You gotta cook that. Like, why don't you have some ready to eat food in there? That's what
When
I
you
do.
gonna cook it? It ain't in the
Yeah.
freezer. It's in the refrigerator. When you gonna cook
Right.
that? If you're gonna cook it, put that in the freezer. Oh my God!
Right.
What is she doing? What is she doing?
I
Yeah,
did think
'cause
about that.
I think she had just gone to the store personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
put it
guess
in the
so.
freezer. It's a
Yeah.
dark outside.
I was
Yeah.
laughing because he was like, "Oh wow, look at all this food." I'm like,
Yeah, he was like, I can have any of this. I was like, something else that aggravated me about that scene too. She had the whole pack of bottled water and just put that in the refrigerator. I'm like, girl, open up the case. You put something in there. You don't have that whole nasty. I don't know. That just represents like how many people have touched that pack and you just slide the whole pack in the refrigerator. That bothers me.
That and it ain't convenient. You gotta like rip it up and it's in the refrigerator, pull it. Yeah, no. Take it out and put it in there.
It's gross. Yeah.
Save space too.
Oh yeah. So Sean, did you how did you feel about the food in that refrigerator?
She wasn't worrying about no cooking because they're supposed to go straight to the bedroom.
That's right.
Well, maybe that's what that was about. Yeah.
Well, shooting all that meat should have been in the freezer then. None of it should have been in the refrigerator.
The meat probably was for the dog. You know, the meat's probably was for the dogs. She probably just throw the meat to the dogs. And,
oh Lord.
You know what? She might. Ain't no telling.
Ain't no telling.
Yeah. So in this scene, Jeff says that he had sex 37 months ago and that he's had 5 girlfriends.
I ain't feel like doing the math, y'all. What was that?
37 months. And I was trying to think back, like, I think she said he's been like 4 years.
36 will be 3 years. So that's like 3 years and some.
1 month.
That's who he went to go see. We knew he went to go see other women when he came out of jail. So when he said that, I was like, I'm not surprised.
But my thing is, I thought he was locked up for a little bit longer than 37 months.
No, he was like, okay, remember he's been out twice. He got out twice. So they've known each other 10 years. That's how they met, was when he was in jail. He got out. He didn't see her. He got back in. He got back out. He didn't see her. He got back in. So he's been out.
Yeah.
So he must have been out 36 months ago.
Yeah, but Anissa was saying she hasn't had sex in 4 years. So I was thinking.
No, she said 10.
Oh, no, she said 4.
I thought she said 6.
I thought she said she hadn't had sex in 10 years.
Huh? I thought she said she's been with him either 10 or 11.
Yeah,
I think she said 6 years.
Because them 5 years she was with a boy.
Yeah, because you remember.
That's what we said.
Like, okay, yeah, I guess she's been creeping over there with old boy because he's been locked up long enough.
And now we know more too. He's been locked up. That's why he's her best friend.
Yeah. And since he's a good son, he has to move on.
The raging sexual desire you used to feel when you were with a woman is
What is she listening to?
What?
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, we heard that. What was that?
I'm so sorry. It was a commercial for some reason.
What kind of commercial? What kind of commercial is that? A Giselle commercial? Wait,
Viagra.
But yeah,
I was trying to figure. I thought she said she hadn't had sex in 10 years.
No, it's been shorter than that. I thought she said 6.
Yeah, and it was the last episode because when she said it, I'm like, wait a minute, but old boy has been locked up. How did you? And then that's what I was saying that she's been messing with
Mess
Kyle.
with that dude, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, she been over there spreading it wide and spreading it low for Kyle. And then now she got him watching her move on with another man.
Well, it's not
I
her.
was like, Kyle a little bitter too. You see that? He like, yeah. When I got out of prison, I ain't had nobody. You got
Yeah.
all this. You better do right.
Mhm.
I'm like, dang, Kyle he a little saucy about that. He didn't
Yeah,
appreciate
and
that.
then the way he was describing, he was like, "Yeah, look, you got this nice home, and you got, this woman with great legs." I'm like, "Dang, what? Why are you going
Wait,
to be so
you know what?
disgraceful?"
But he did say something like that threw me that comment. He was like, you got this beautiful home. You got this, you got somebody that's taking care of you as soon as you get out. And then he's like, and you got a wonderful, like, it's something he's going to say beautiful, but then he took it back and was like, a good lady or something like that. Like, but he wouldn't say she looked good. I'm like, oh, you wrong, Kyle. You know Kyle be checking her out. Kyle be checking her out.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, she was giving it up to Kyle.
He probably ain't want no problems from old boy.
Who that?
Kyle. He see how old boy look crazy.
No, I think Kyle will take him and throw him in the backyard. Got all that grass back there.
Only because he know all the secret spots, but I don't think Kyle want nothing right away because our boy's still fresh out of prison. Like Kyle's like, I've been out for a little bit. He's still fresh. Ain't got them tattoos. He like, I'm gonna let you get settled.
Mhm.
Then we're gonna see what you want.
Uh-huh.
But
Did you
yeah,
find out?
No, it's not on there. That's what she said. She said had been 11 years that they'd been together, but they hadn't been. And that's why I thought she meant she hadn't had sex that long.
Oh no, she said it's been like 6 years. Cause that's when she threw the fit in the car and was like, "Cause I thought we were gonna have sex in the remember in the little dressing room."
Yeah, in the
She's like,
car.
it's
You're
been
right.
6 years.
I wonder if we can Google it. I'm gonna Google it and see.
you
How long has it been?
so you gonna Google how long her cat been dry?
I know I
Now they're gonna be like 1 day.
Yeah,
You didn't get the
Kyle
true
did
answer.
it
No,
last
she
night.
got to him last episode.
Yeah, look, they'll be like, Kyle got some last night.
I know. How long has it been for Kyle? 1 day? Like, wait.
Yeah, and so y'all had discussed it as they were eating the breakfast that Anissa had brought out to them. They were eating it outside on the patio set. Kyle walks over, and Anissa does mention that Kyle just walks over. So apparently they live on a property, the same property. And she said Kyle just comes over, and sometimes it gets on her nerves, probably because he shows up when she don't want no peas.
Yeah.
So
She never
I don't know.
established boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's how Kyle and Jeff started discussing Kyle's previous prison sentence and his life after. And so Jeff also lets Kyle know, which I don't understand why he would do that, but he says he has a secret that he's keeping from Anissa. And he wants Kyle to keep this secret.
That was funny too. Why the hell would you tell that man something like that?
Because it's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. He's gonna make up some secret and he's gonna tell him, and then he's gonna go and tell his
Anissa.
and then after Anissa front him, he's gonna be like, I ain't tell him that. He lying on me. And then she's gonna take his side, and then that's where he got rid of the competition.
Well, while they were sitting outside, one of Jeff's exes called, right? And so when he starts telling Kyle he has a secret, my first thought was, wait a minute, was that your baby mama calling? Did you have a baby during one of these little stints where you didn't come and see her? I don't know. I just instantly I think that's a baby mama, and she calling.
Part of me think maybe he married already.
He could be. Yes, that would make sense on why he's making up these lies about them may not be able to get married because he's probably already married. Yeah, he probably is. That makes a lot of sense. And so they brought back Courtney and Josh this week. And so Courtney, they didn't show Josh a lot, but they showed Courtney a lot.
He's too busy playing games.
Yeah, Courtney is frustrated because Josh is playing video games all day long. He won't show her any attention. And then at nighttime, he's too tired to have sexy time with her. So it was yeah, and so it was weird. And she's saying that their quarantine together is about to end,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, I know she's feeling some type of way because she knows he has to leave.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to. My thing is once he leaves, can they still see each other, or they just can't live together? That's what I'm wondering. But I guess we shall see. And so she decides to go wedding dress shopping because she really wants to have a wedding, a real wedding, not this double proxy wedding that they had.
Yeah.
And then one of her friends was there. I think that was her friend. Was at the wedding shop with her, and she was confessing to her friend how they haven't been getting along, and how when Josh was in prison, he actually flushed his wedding band. He got so
Yeah, I didn't
mad
even
at her.
know that.
Yeah, and that they haven't been having sex. So she does confess this, and so she's frustrated and feeling some type of way, and she just wants Josh to show her that he's in this marriage for the long haul. What did y'all think of this scene?
I'm confused. Like I said, you would think, because I know we haven't seen them in a while, so you would think that it's been months, but it's only been 10 days.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, what the hell? How did it go south so fast in 10 days?
right.
So I don't know. It's just weird. And
You
playing video
know,
games is what people do. He can't do anything else. Can he drive? Can he leave the house?
I don't.
Can he go and do anything? I don't know that he's on the same kind of parole she is. So it makes you wonder. Because if they have to control where he lives, then they can't be on the same parole, right?
Well, you know what? I don't know, because I know he did go to his grandmother's house, and it
yeah.
looked like it was a drive for them. So that I'm not for sure, or maybe he got approval to go over there. I don't know,
So
but it's gonna be interesting to see.
you think like that visit with the grandma might have messed him up a little bit?
It's possible. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's only been 10 days. And I don't know how much, I guess, because I'm not that kind of affectionate person like that. A hug here and there is good for me. But how much are these people supposed to be up under you? How much is he supposed to hold you for you to know that you're the one? How long is he supposed to kiss you for you to know you're the one? Like,
Yeah,
I was totally confused. I'm like, damn, 10 days and he's not holding you enough? How much? What the hell? It's like you're supposed to wake up and just be in his arms and you're not supposed to ever leave. Like, that's cringe.
The
Get
hug
off
should
me.
2 minutes and 54 seconds.
Exactly. Like, come on. I don't understand.
50 seconds, you don't
The
love
man,
me.
yeah, like
they are
I
they
said,
are really clingy. They're really clingy.
I just don't
And
understand.
Well, but to her defense, she only has 14 days
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
with him. So
Yeah.
14 days, 24 hours a day.
Yeah, but then
That's a
they
lot
might
of
be
time
apart
to defend
3
somebody.
years. Yeah, but then you're
she
apart
did
3
say that.
years.
Yeah, they'll be apart 3 years. So maybe she's expecting like a honeymoon phase for them where they're going at it like rabbits. That's probably what she's thinking.
I think that's not unreasonable, only because, like, I mean, if you think about it, you've been apart since you got fired or whatever. Then he finally gets out. You get 14 days, and during this 14 days, he don't choose to spend time because it's not even like she's making it seem like she wants sex necessarily constantly, but he's not even spending time with her. He don't get off the couch to stop playing the game. So it's like it don't seem like they're even communicating either.
Yeah, because he's probably trying to get onto a certain level. And once you get stuck on a level, you don't want to leave the couch till you get to the next level.
he can't save it. Yeah, he can't. You're right. You're right.
But look at Janice. I'd be like, you've been on that same level for 10
I'd
days.
be like, dude, I'm
you
so close
second
to
the
passing.
I feel like you second the game because you've been on the same level for 10 days. Apparently, you need to just take a break from the game.
I
I
think
she can fix it. She can fix it easily. Just find the cheat code for that level, give it to him so he can pass the level, and then he can come on and do whatever you want done.
Why
Just get
not?
the cheat code. Yeah.
I
He
don't.
don't want to cheat. He don't want to be a
Forward
cheat.
to that game system.
Yeah, but again, I think we're focused on the fact that it's her point of view. I mean, he might have been on the game for a whole day, and she just feels like, oh, I can't believe you've been on the game for a day. I don't think he's been on the game for 10 days. And if it's that important to you that he gets off the freaking game, turn off the damn power to the game and take it and put it somewhere.
Then
Like,
he's gonna
if
lose
it's
his
that
spot on the
important,
level.
Right. That would be fair.
Then he's gonna lose his spot on the level.
yeah, he would. But I mean, dang, I don't know. It's like all of a sudden she's back in the pickle suit. She just seems weird and extra. Go put your pickle suit back on. Maybe he'll come and play with you then.
Well, my thought process is get those dogs out the house or get them in some cages or something. Maybe he's sitting there because that's the only spot he has in the house with all those animals everywhere.
Like I said, I don't know how much you thought he was supposed to be able to do in 14 days. And I can't be up. I can maybe do a day or two with you, but I can't do that long. I gotta go somewhere and do something. I can't imagine just being cuddled up with somebody that long. I just couldn't do it.
Look, maybe he caught an episode of MTV Cribs and was like, "Wait, this ain't no Empire."
I really don't get it. I was totally confused by what her argument was about. And even if they are separated for 3 years, that just means they can't live with each other for 3 years. It doesn't mean they can't see each other. So we
don't know that yet. That might be true.
Because I'm thinking when you're on probation, you're not supposed to be hanging out with felons. But I could be wrong with that. So if that is the case, she's not supposed to be around him. But maybe they've allowed it since they're just quarantined.
They approved it for the 14 days. But she's only on probation for so much longer. So she would
like
be
2 more years. 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
is
for
she
3 more
that
years.
long? I thought that was him that was that long.
It's her.
60 days. Huh?
I
thought she was 60 days. Did y'all say
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought hers was
60
shorter than his.
No, she did 60 days in jail and then was given 3 years probation.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Oh. Well, how long
What
is
did you think? I'm not sure. He may not even have probation, maybe.
Yeah.
But when you are on probation, I know you're not supposed to do a lot of stuff. Like you can't hang out with felons and you can't.
So
get,
he
like,
got to be on
tickets and
something
stuff.
because he has to parole. He's on parole because he has to parole to his cousin's house, she said.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they were able to quarantine together for 14 days. So they got that approved.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But she said they couldn't get the rest of it approved. So they may not be able to hang out either.
All right. So, Sean, what did you think about this scene?
Oh, what you call it? Yeah, at first I was feeling sorry for her, but like Joni said, well, boy's into the game. He got to play his game, you know. And we don't know exactly how long he's been on the game because it could have just been on the. He could have just
10
started.
days.
He ain't been on that game 10 days.
You've been on that game 10 days. You can
He's been on
tell.
that game
Yeah.
10 minutes.
His socks was stiff. He's been on that game 10 days. That man ain't showered. He ain't did nothing. He been on that
10
game for 10 days.
minutes. He's like, damn, can I play the game for 10 minutes?
But
But then I saw a bunch of cups sitting on the end table. So
Yeah.
he ain't even got to switch his cup. He might be.
The animals,
And you know what?
animals ain't even coming around and he stink. The animals ain't even coming around. They like, he stink, man. Get him off the couch.
Yes, the animals were hidden. They weren't around. Yeah, the
No.
animals weren't.
no, don't do it.
That
Like,
man won that game for 10 days.
That is too funny. That man ain't been on that game 10 days.
they had
Yeah.
a couple
And
of
then I
times.
saw a bunch of balled up baby wipes, so I think he's just been a whole bath on the couch.
Y'all are horrible.
Yeah, he had to pause the game at least twice because they had sex a couple of times. So
That's in the beginning.
before she bought the game.
Yeah.
But then that's all.
That's her
Why
fault.
did
She
she
bought
buy
that
him the
game.
game?
Right.
Yeah, because he said he can do that in prison cell. So
Look,
she
What she should have did was treated him like a kid and given him ground rules, and she bought that game.
Yes, he got to get off the game at 5 o'clock. He gets
No.
2 hours a day on the game.
No, then
Yeah.
y'all saying she too controlling. So no, she wanted him to be free and make the right decision on his own.
But
Even
he's
though-
not going to. And that's
He's
what
not-
she needs to realize. Yeah.
She needs to get a controller and sit on the couch and play with him.
Yeah,
She
that was
probably did, but after day 4, she like, my tootie top hurt. My butt hurt. I can't keep sitting. Let's get up.
No.
The day 4,
Yeah, like
she
I
was like,
said,
I need a
don't know
shower.
how
I'm
is it
hungry.
she can leave and do stuff and he can't. So I don't know. I just
Yeah.
think it's too whiny. It's too much.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
she
Like she's a needy person.
Yeah, because
you know what? All of them do, and it's crazy because it's not the person that's been locked up that's been needy. It's the one that's been free. I don't understand it. I don't understand this needy, controlling spirit that some of them have. You know, I don't.
Well, I guess when they was locked up, they lost all that
But you
mindset.
know what? I feel like Anissa really did time with her man. You see, her clothes are so old fashioned. She wasn't even keeping up with the latest trends. Yeah.
So she was wearing what she had on when he went in. Huh?
Yes. Yes.
like he can't tell the difference.
Yep.
You know what? I'll take that instead of her buying new clothes and those are her style.
Oh, she did not buy those unless she was at thrift store or Goodwill. That's the only way I believe that she bought those clothes.
Those clothes
So I
are big.
believe that, yeah, in '78 when he got his first sentence, she bought them then. But she
Yeah, she had clothes in her first marriage.
She's so funny.
She said you can't throw away the classics. Can't throw away the classics, baby.
No, you have to keep them.
you know what? There's a thing called vintage clothing, which I totally understand, and it can be cute. And then there's a difference in Goodwill bargain bucket clothes. Like she bought stuff that was on sale in that big old bin in the front. At Goodwill, that's where she got that stuff from.
So she didn't even get the stuff that was actually like you can get some cute stuff, but no, she
No.
went to the bargain bin, the 50-cent
Yeah.
clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that bin they create before they finally throw the clothes out. That's what she was shopping at.
They're like, well, nobody get these. Make them a penny. She's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
get $100 off it. $1.
I would look so hot in this.
What? I can't believe somebody threw this away.
Yes,
This is
throw away
cute.
good stuff.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. She, I can't even, I have no words, not for her clothes. Nope.
No.
But you know what? Based off of that dress, those might be new clothes. Those might be new clothes.
Maybe that's where she got those clothes from.
From that store, yeah. Could be.
Yeah. That's how she knew you can go get old dingy looking wedding dresses for the low.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know what I hate more, Anissa's clothes or Stan's jackets with the big old shoulder pads. I can't figure out which one.
Yeah, I'm gonna put his jacket back on. Leave that jacket alone.
But you know, Sean, he does it wrong. He doesn't put his shoulder pads in.
Yeah, I didn't shoulder pads. I have them on next time.
Okay.
You gotta get a kind of a more older man jacket. Like we need the one with like the little, I don't know, the little brown things right here, the little pads, and I don't know, something just look older like that.
Yeah, your
actually didn't
jacket
look
was
bad.
a little too new. Yeah, it was a little too new. Stan
Nah,
has had those jackets since the 50s. So
This
you gotta think
not
that way.
Never mind. Because I was gonna say this jacket 93, but
Oh,
Well, Stan rocks vintage jackets. So
Yeah.
you gotta get a vintage one.
it's gotta be that old rich jacket that really like don't nobody want to wear, but the one sitting around at the country club
Mm-hmm.
It
that
probably
don't have
smells
your
like a
wives.
pipe.
I'll go to
Just smoking
Goodwill.
a pipe.
I'll go to Goodwill tomorrow and see if I can find something.
Okay.
No, you gotta come back with that
Actually,
Anissa
you'll
jacket.
come up with
We ain't saying come back with the Anissa jacket.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So that was the show. So they didn't show Doug and Rachel, which I kind of wanted to continue to see what's going on. And
Mhm.
then also I've gotten used to every week seeing Doug look like he wants to just beat on little Dougie so bad on every episode. I didn't get to see that this week.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, thoughts of child
Especially
abuse.
after that family drama, man. Oof.
Yeah.
Well, that's where they're
Yeah.
picking it up next week. So
Oh, they are? Oh.
yeah, he's
Mhm.
still there cussing out the sister. I
Oh
just
my
don't
God.
understand.
I've been cussing her out for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the way they've cut it, it just makes it seem you would, if you really didn't pay attention to the bottom, you would think it'd been months
Yeah.
as opposed to days.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
the stuff is what, only been 3 days?
The
I
who?
think Nicole said she's been out for a week now. And quote unquote, her and Deontay have been spending all of their time together.
Yeah,
So then,
day and
how
night.
do you have time?
24/7. She said.
Yeah. So then, how do you have time to do all the sneaky things you've been doing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she do them in his face, but yeah.
That is true. She does. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
as he was paying for her hair, she was talking to Tia on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So that's another. Do y'all have any other thoughts about the episode?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm interested to finish off with Rachel and Doug, and I think I'm like a little bit bored with what's her name, the one who's complaining about the game.
Oh, Courtney and Josh.
Yeah, they're a little boring right now, so they need to spice it up.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah,
else to me at least had a little bit of interest. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a boy tomorrow, he got a secret, Jeff, and then you got now we don't know if oh boy is gay. Yeah, I just can put so many thoughts in my head. Like,
I didn't say he was gay.
Well, okay.
Like the whole
Hey, if
thing.
he's sleeping with men too.
He possibly slept with men because he had no choice.
Oh, so it was
You
only
have a
because of no
choice.
choice. Okay.
No. Why give up sex at all if I can have another person
Well,
doing it?
I mean, he just needs to be gay and put his hands.
Well,
That's all. Like Stan. Stan can show him some good hand moves, you know?
Yeah, that's good.
these
Apparently
things-
it doesn't work because Stan is like really sexually frustrated and he's angry. Like
He really
I feel like,
is.
yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
what
Have
his
they
next
said
move
that
is.
Stan's waited 10 months to have sex? Is that why he's so angry?
Maybe.
Mm.
We don't know. He's never said how long it's been for him.
He has not. That would be interesting.
Interesting.
Would you be a little bit more understanding if he really has waited 10 months to sleep with her?
Mm-mm.
No, because I feel like you should be able to go a year without sex without acting like that.
Yeah.
He's just,
There's so many outlets.
Mhm.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
There's
And
so
he's just
many outlets. He acts like a 10-year-old. Well, I
Yeah.
can't even say a 10-year-old. He acts like a teenage boy.
yeah.
He
He
does.
just wants to get his first one so bad, you know?
Yeah.
That's
He's the
right.
oldest man on the
Yeah.
show. Like he younger than Dougie Jr.
Yeah, Stan, you save the Viagra for when you know you're actually getting it.
I know. That's
Take
the
it prior
problem.
to that.
He's taking it too early.
That's it. That's it.
You look at her.
He's like, you
Get
made
in
me
here. Get
waste.
out.
You
You
know,
made
he
me
thought
waste
he
a good Viagra. You made me waste it, girl. Get out.
exactly.
Wow,
That's why
look.
he's so angry. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Because
he got
the
to like
blood
look.
has gone from his head to his head. That's why he's totally lost.
And he needs to get to the
That makes
emergency
perfect
room, so he had to go kick her out. He like, Dog Yoda, you've done it again. I go back to the emergency room. Get out.
I only
That
got
makes so much more sense.
I only got 3 hours left on this appeal.
Mm-hmm.
He's almost out of his pills.
Yeah.
Taking them when he ain't supposed to be.
Yeah. And
all
then his
that other
refill is
stuff.
so expensive. You know, he don't want to spend that on the refill. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think that's why he's more mad than anything. He's like, I done wasted 2. I got to pay for another 2.
I know.
Like, dang it.
And then she
These
tells
things
him
ain't free.
$5,000 for a car.
Yeah, 5,000 for a car. Don't you know how much these pills cost?
Uh-huh. And she ain't gave me nothing yet. I haven't been in that straight jacket yet.
That's the other reason he mad. He was like, man, I miss my jacket. And he needs somebody to button him up.
And he talking about I never asked her for anything. I like, dude, do you know what you asked her for? You asked her to make it according to you.
Yeah, he too much. He too much.
He is. Yeah, he's way too much. All right, well, I guess we can end the show here. Thank you guys for watching. As always, greatly appreciate you tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure on your way out, you hit the like and the subscribe buttons down below. And also click on that bell so you'll get notified whenever we are live. All right, so we will see y'all on Monday for Real Housewives of Potomac. All right, bye, guys.